Good morning. Good morning to you. It's Heather and Phil, and we are in Palmer, Tennessee at the Savage Gulf day use area where we are going to attempt to hike to a waterfall. We've gotten here right at sunrise, and it was supposed to be just cloudy, and it is in fact snowing and raining. So we've kind of sat around in the car and come to the restroom here at the ranger station before we start our hike. And now I think, even though it is definitely still raining and snowing, I think we're going to start. You ready? Mm-hmm. She's ready. This area closed to jumping from waterfalls. It's not a bad trail. It's like a lane and a half wide, kind of a little bit on the muddy side and a little rooty, but it's well marked and easy to follow. Careful. You doing okay, Miss Heather?
Yeah.
Okay. Today I am vlogging with my Canon EOS M50, and I'll be doing photography with my Fujifilm X-T3, and Heather is going to be doing photography with her Z50. So we've got all sorts of brands of gear today. We don't care what brand it is, we just use what works. This is a cute little walking path over this little stream. That's a muddy spot. This trail would be easy to read even without them, but there are nice trailblazes. As we're going along the trail, I think we're starting to get our first glimpse of the creek down there. Here's another little wooden walking path that's raised about 2 feet. Now there's a little suspension bridge that goes across the creek. It's a beautiful creek. It's pretty calm. Looks like it's 2 or 3 feet deep right here where the bridge goes across. This trail has markers that actually have measurements on them. I like that. We're still hiking along. Heather's taking a little break on a log. There's a lot of downed trees across the path, but they've all been cleared. And since our last check-in at the half-mile marker, it has been, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's sleeting, sometimes it's just little ice balls, and right now it's
a combination of sleet and ice balls.
It's a frozen rain, sleet, whatever it is. But there is some of the precipitation is just rain. And I haven't put the little cannon up at all. I'm just letting it get rained on. Now the precipitation is starting to feel more like snow than sleet.
I see it in my hair.
Yeah, I see water in your hair for sure.
There's snow.
And now we're coming up to the 1 mile mark.
I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, it's muddy, super muddy right by these bridges. Here's the 1 mile mark and another one of these little wooden bridges. It's snowing.
Yeah.
We've made it to our first split in the trail, and it says that it is half a mile to the Savage Falls overlook. And I'm not sure exactly what path Heather has planned for us, but I believe we're going to go left here. The trail is definitely more narrow after the split. And look at this tiny little bridge right here. Still hiking along, and we've come across a beautiful beech tree that adds a little color to the forest. This is a really beautiful spot right here. I almost feel like I should stop and make an actual photograph, but we are going to press on. Okay, we have arrived at another junction. The Savage Day Loop Trail goes that way, and I don't know if you can see it, but it is really snowing pretty good right now. But we are going to continue straight on the South Rim Trail, which takes us to Savage Falls in 3/10 of a mile. Okay, it looks like we are arriving at another suspension bridge. It goes over the creek below. Heather is officially terrified. This is not her type of thing at all, but look at her go. She's doing a great job. And the creek down below is beautiful, and there's another creek coming in slightly to the left of the bridge. I don't know if you can see it. Here's the view from the center of the bridge. That little creek right there is my favorite. Heather's still pressing on, and it's kind of beautiful down that way too. All right, this little tributary coming in on the other side of the bridge is absolutely beautiful. And there's another beech tree. And just on the other side of the bridge also is another sign pointing us in the right direction. This way. Old moonshine still site. Creek's pretty good size here, or gulf. And you can hear a lot of noise from down that way, so I think we're getting pretty close to the falls. Cool looking moss on these trees. Well, we've made it to this, and honestly, I'm not sure if this is the falls, but it's awful pretty. Okay, so I guess we have gone 1.5 miles because it says the ranger station's 1.5 miles away. And we're at another junction. This trail keeps going, but there's also a south rim trail to the left and another advisory to not jump off this waterfall. It's definitely a beautiful waterfall. And the creek upriver is also beautiful. But I don't know how to get down there to make a photo of it, because it is way down there from this rock I'm standing on, or boulder. Well, as I follow the trail a little further, turns out there is a staircase, which is not Heather's favorite thing, but it'll get us closer. Okay, there's the staircase, and we've made it all the way down to the bottom of that, and somehow Heather has made it down all of this insanity. And I've got her set up right there. And she's going to make a photograph of that. And I'm going to try to get a little further over somehow that way. And we'll get to work. All right, here are Heather's photographs. She used that Tamron ultra-wide lens on the Z50 for all of her photos, and she really has a way of making her water beautiful and turquoise. She liked the fact about this one having a wave crashing on a rock there in the foreground with the waterfall in the background. And here is her third and final shot. She used relatively fast shutter speeds compared to mine. This one is 1/4 of a second. I went a little longer this time. Well, I'm over here working, and I've got my tripod kind of on the top of this boulder, and I've had to go with the ultra wide lens, and on the camera I'm using the ultra wide lens. I can't tell what aperture I'm at, so I'm all over the place. I've made lots of shots. I've ended up putting my 5-stop circular polarizer combo filter on, and gosh, I'm trying lots of different compositions, and I don't know which one I'll use, but my shutter speed's been as slow as 1/2 second. I mean, as fast as 1/2 second, and as slow as 10 seconds, and kind of everywhere in between. Meanwhile, Heather is over there working in her spot on this beautiful waterfall. So from the first position that I made photographs from, this was the only one that I liked, and I made several shots from there, but this is the one that I liked enough to share with you, and it's probably around 11 millimeters and f11, give or take. Okay, I've changed places. I was shooting off of that rock down there, and now I've climbed way up here onto this rock, and I've done some more with the ultra wide 11 to 16, and right now I'm shooting with the 18 to 55. I'm still using the 5-stop ND circular polarizer combo. So I made two 11mm shots from the higher up area, and the first one I featured kind of the stream to the left of the waterfall more, and these are 10-second exposure, so it's nice and smooth, the water is. The second one I featured the pool at the bottom of the waterfall more and the stream a little bit less. Maybe you can tell me which one you like, the first one or the second one of these two. And this next shot is my favorite shot of the day, and on this one I put on the Fuji 18-55 lens and shot it at about 31.5 seconds. This one is only 1 second exposure, and maybe I should have done it a little longer, or I don't know, maybe the waterfall has better detail with the faster shutter speed, but this did end up being my favorite photograph of mine of the day. And now we've hiked back up the stairs, and there's a nice bunch of spills and rapids below the waterfall, but you really can't get to them to make a shot. But just shortly upstream from the waterfall, there's a really nice one, and we stopped here, and I came down to this one, and I put the 11-16 back on to make some photographs of this beautiful spot, and I made some selfies too, so that should be funny. I wasn't able to capture this area. It's really, really beautiful in person, and while it does look beautiful in the photograph, it just doesn't capture the true beauty of it, but I thought the selfie was cool. Okay, we are in the process of hiking back now. It's a mile and a half one way, so it's a 3 mile out and back to the falls and back. There's some loop trails up here and stuff, but we're not doing that. We're just doing the out and back to the falls. And it's been a pretty good morning. This trail is, what's it rated on all trails? Easy? It's rated easy on all trails. I would say it's not easy. It's, I would call it moderate. And, you know, because we're kind of wimps, I guess, maybe, compared to serious hikers. But, you know, if you got somebody in your group that struggles with stairs, this trail will be a struggle. But it sure was fun, and we've got about a mile left to hike, but we're taking a little break. And let's say bye to everybody. Miss Heather.
Are we going to sign off?
Yeah, Miss Heather's chilling on this log. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the photos. And if you want to keep seeing content like this, subscribe and hit the bell. If you like the content, give us a thumbs up. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye. Whew. 2 suspension bridges.
Oh God, we're not even to the other one yet.
So yeah, there's 2 suspension bridges, and we've crossed one of them twice.
That's the worst one.
Yeah, the hardest one twice. And we got one more suspension bridge, but it's a pretty good ways down the trail. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be saying bye. Bye.